You replay conversations in your head hours after they happened. You analyze a simple text message like it's a hidden code. You imagine worst-case scenarios before anything has even gone wrong. You think about what you said, what you should have said, what they meant, what they might think. And the frustrating part is you know you're overthinking. You can literally feel yourself doing it, but you still can't stop. If your brain feels like it never powers down, like it's always scanning, always calculating, always anticipating, this isn't random, and it's not because you're weak. There's a reason your mind works this way. Overthinking is not just thinking too much. It's not intelligence. It's not depth. It's not personality. It's your brain trying to protect you. Your mind is constantly scanning for danger, but not physical danger like wild animals or accidents. It scans for social danger, emotional danger, future uncertainty. When your brain senses uncertainty, it tries to solve it. So it replays the moment, reconstructs it, dissects it from every possible angle. It believes that if it thinks long enough, deeply enough, carefully enough, it can prevent pain. But most of the things you overthink cannot be solved by thinking. They aren't math problems, they're emotional experiences. Humans are wired for social survival. Thousands of years ago, being rejected from the group meant serious danger. So your brain evolved to become hypersensitive to tone shifts, facial expressions, delayed replies, subtle changes in behavior. When someone responds dryly to your message, your brain doesn't just see a message, it sees potential rejection. And rejection, to your nervous system, still feels threatening. So it replays the interaction. Did I say something wrong? Did I sound weird? Are they upset? Are they losing interest? Overthinking is often just social threat detection turned up too high. There's another layer to this. Overthinking gives you the illusion of control. When something feels uncertain, your brain hates that feeling. Uncertainty creates anxiety, so your mind tries to predict every possible outcome. If I imagine the worst, I'll be prepared. If I analyze every angle, I won't be surprised. If I think it through enough times, I can reduce the risk. But here's the problem. Your brain treats imagined threats almost like real ones. When you visualize embarrassment, rejection, or failure, your body reacts. Stress hormones rise, muscles tense, heart rate increases. You feel drained from scenarios that never actually happened. Have you noticed that overthinking gets louder at night? During the day, you're distracted. Notifications, conversations, tasks, noise. But when the world goes quiet, your mind gets space. And in that silence, all the unfinished thoughts rush in. Unresolved conversations, unmade decisions, things you regret, things you fear might happen. Silence doesn't create overthinking. It reveals what your brain has been holding all day. A lot of overthinking is connected to a subtle form of perfectionism, not the obvious everything must be neat kind, the emotional kind. You want to be perceived correctly. You don't want to be misunderstood. You don't want to damage your image. So you rehearse conversations before they happen. You mentally simulate how you'll respond. After it's over, you replay it and edit it. You try to manage every impression. That constant monitoring is exhausting. The more your identity depends on being seen a certain way, the more your brain tries to control every interaction. And here's something deeper. Sometimes overthinking isn't about solving anything. It's about avoiding a feeling. Instead of feeling embarrassment, you analyze it. Instead of feeling rejection, you replay it. Instead of sitting with uncertainty, you try to calculate your way out of it. Thinking feels productive. It feels active. It feels safer than just sitting with discomfort. But emotions don't resolve because they were analyzed enough times. They settle when they're felt and processed. You don't stop overthinking by yelling at your brain to shut up. That usually makes it louder. You reduce overthinking by teaching your nervous system that it's safe. Safe to make small mistakes. Safe to be misunderstood sometimes. Safe to not predict every outcome.
safe to let conversations end imperfectly. Overthinking is not proof that you're broken. It's proof that your brain learned somewhere along the way that being careful meant being safe. But you don't need to run mental simulations all day to survive anymore. You don't need to dissect every word you said. You don't need to predict every possible future just to feel secure. When your brain slowly realizes that uncertainty doesn't equal danger, the volume starts to lower. Not instantly, not dramatically, but gradually. And in that gradual quiet, you realize something important. Your mind was never your enemy. It was just trying too hard to protect you. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, write "I overthink" in the comments. I want to see how many calm faces are hiding loud minds. And if you want to keep understanding why your brain does what it does, instead of fighting it, stay here. We're going to keep unpacking it piece by piece until it finally makes sense.